Which are the best probiotics to use to heal your bowel? When it comes to this topic, many of you are becoming confused and distracted by the many companies selling these products nowadays, and as a result, failing to achieve the benefit from these products and the huge potential that these products have to heal and eliminate disease and symptoms and weight problems, addictions, etc. When it comes to probiotics, and this is not just true with probiotics, you're going to find this with pretty much every supplement out there. A lot of hoo-la-la is being made over the ingredients of those probiotics or how the probiotics are made. And the real reason, if you will, that the probiotics are not working for you is not being addressed or acknowledged, or I think really most of these people don't know why these things don't work. But again, as a result, you are just left frustrated and confused. When it comes to probiotics, it isn't necessarily the type of probiotic per se that matters as far as you getting results with it. What really matters is that you use it correctly. It is the quantity and the correct usage of the probiotics that make it work or not work, rather than the particular brand of probiotic itself. So the analogy I always use is that, if you get that a chainsaw can chop down a tree and you go buy one at the store, but it doesn't come with instructions and you have no idea that you have to plug it into a wall for it to work, it will be a perfectly functioning chainsaw, but without the instructions on how to use it correctly, you're not going to get your tree to chop down. You can be led to believe that that chainsaw didn't work because maybe it's red and only black chainsaws work. Or maybe some company will come along and say, well, that chainsaw didn't work because the chain was imported from Indonesia and you really need to get a chain from Africa for this to work. Or that chainsaw didn't work because it weighs 4 pounds and only chainsaws that weigh 3.7 pounds work. On and on and on it goes. So none of that stuff matters. The reason it didn't work is just because you didn't use it correctly. The first chainsaw you had was perfectly fine. You just didn't have the instructions that said you had to plug it in and use it correctly. So I hope you see what I'm getting at. When it comes to probiotics, it's the same kind of thing. You guys aren't getting results with them. You're not eliminating the autism and the yeast infections and the gas and the bloating and the weight problems and all those other things you're being promised will go away with these products because you aren't given the right instructions for using it. What you are then being led to do is go from one probiotic company to the next, to the next, to the next. Try one product after the other after the other. Meanwhile, years, months, tons of money is being wasted because you're barking up the wrong tree. It's not the product. Don't get distracted about all that. The reason that happens is because, look, it's all about marketing. The way that all these companies that are vying for your dollars get you to buy their product and not someone else's is to make a big deal about some irrelevant minor little thing about, oh, we have this ingredient and they don't, and ours is made this way and theirs isn't, and that's why theirs works and ours don't. That's all a bunch of fluff and distraction. Okay? Don't get distracted by that. For probiotics to work, you have to use the correct quantity and you have to use them correctly. You will find instructions, and to the best of my knowledge, only in my book, Unique Healing, will you find the instructions that you need to effectively use these products to heal the bowel, recreate a healthy bowel bacterial environment, and get the potential of the elimination of the diseases and the symptoms and the weight problems and addictions that can come when you use these products correctly. When it comes to quantity, most of you are taking an amount that would take 200 or 300 years to effectively heal your gut. Doesn't matter if you use 6,000 brands, if you use the wrong quantity, none of them are going to work. Most of you have done that, and that's why, again, you keep getting distracted thinking it's the probiotic not working, when it's not the probiotic, it's the quantity you're using that's not working. It's not just the quantity, though. And again, by the way, chapter 7, read it over and over and over again in my first book to understand this. When it comes to the correct usage, there's many ways that you guys are using them incorrectly, but probably the most common one is the fact that you have been led to believe that probiotics are crutches. What's a crutch? A crutch is something that immediately reduces a symptom, your weight or whatever. So there's an immediate improvement. If you have a sinus infection, gas, bloating, if you have a child with autism, if you have candida, if you have a yeast infection and take probiotics, you will see zero immediate or short-term benefit from doing so. You're led to believe you should see an immediate benefit, and when you don't, then again, you're wrongly led by these marketing people to think that you're using the wrong probiotic. You're not. You're just using it incorrectly. Probiotics take a while to heal your bowel, and only after you've taken them for a while will you get an improvement in those symptoms and diseases. But you cannot immediately get an improvement, and there are, even if there's 10 million probiotic supplement companies out there, none of them can deliver that, because that is not how the product works, period. Okay? Again, it's not the chainsaw that didn't work, it was the lack of the instructions. Don't keep getting distracted by all this marketing hoo-la-la about all these probiotics. The ones that I recommend, they work just as well as many others, by the way. Of course, I recommend the probiotics that I carry, the Unique Healing probiotics, which come in powder and capsule. Why did I choose those? I chose them because they come from a very reputable probiotic company. They let me private label them, but it's a huge company that has been in this industry for a long time, and their products are very high quality, and I have never had a problem with them, and I depend on them. I trust them. I've seen them work beautifully. They are also strong. So I'm looking for the strongest ones I can find, so that instead of having to take 600 pills a day for it to do any good, just two of some of those out there, you maybe only have to take 12 pills a day. That's much more doable and less scary too. The ones that I carry are hypoallergenic. Not all of them are. I just got a phone call yesterday from someone who gave their daughter one that was dairy-based and she had a bad reaction. Mine are dairy-free, wheat-free, gluten-free, allergy-free. And I do think that's important as well. So, look, it's fabulously great that finally all of you and a large part of the medical and alternative world is catching up with information that I got 25 years ago, which is how vitally important probiotics are for your health and well-being and their potential to, again, eliminate a lot of your disease, symptom, weight, and addiction problems. But none of that's going to occur if you don't use them right. Stop getting distracted by all the minor, irrelevant, piddly stuff about what those probiotics contain and who's making them. Use the correct amount and use them correctly, and you will get results. Chapter 7 of Unique Healing will tell you how to do that. For more information, check out my website, www.uniquehealing.com. And as always, if you have any additional questions about this after reading my book and books, Unique Healing 2 as well, please see my website for information on scheduling an appointment. And please watch all of my other videos too, because I have done other videos on probiotics that will be helpful to you as well.